Hey, what's up everybody? This video will be a overview for the Warbringer class for beginners. Warbringer is an Ascendancy class under the Warrior class in Path of Exile 2. Their playstyle is around summoning powerful spirits and using Warcries. With the Ancestral Spirits, it's going to make them more prevalent in their combat, giving them more chances to spawn and for a longer duration. And also the Warrior could tap into powers that give him more buffs and new abilities. For example, the Jade Heritage skill. Another mechanic that's really big with Warbringer is passive skill nodes that allow them to change their Warcry skills. Me personally, I'm very excited for this because I usually play a Necromancer or Zoo classes, and the Warrior able to summon spirits into combat, that's cool. But let's get started. Number 1, Anvil's Weight. Break armor equal to 10% of hit damage dealt. So essentially, you're going to be doing more damage to your enemy because you're taking away 10% of its armor. And the normal cap for armor is 0, which leads me to number 2. Imploding impacts. You can break enemy armor to below 0. The potential is extremely high for imploding impacts, specifically how you're going to be doing damage. Depending on how you're stacking and attacking, bringing an enemy's armor below 0, it adds up massively, in case doing a lot of damage to it. Number 3, Jade Heritage. It grants you the skill Encased in Jade. Gain a stack of Jade every second. When you pop Encased in Jade, it consumes all the stacks of Jade. Then you get a buff of a duration that absorbs all the damage from hits, up to a maximum based on the amount of Jade consumed. But when you're Encased in Jade, you can't move or perform any actions. And obviously, in hardcore, this would be good. Or just for players that are coming into the game pretty new, and they would want a defensive buff. Number 4, Answered Call. This grants the skill Ancestral Spirits. Each of your totems will summon an Ancestral Spirit minion to fight for you. If the totem that summoned the minion dies, then the Ancestral Spirit dies too. So you have a spirit essentially fighting for you. As of this time, I don't know how many, or if there's any ways to increase that number, but it does sound interesting. Number 5, Wooden Wall. 20% of damage from hits is taken from your nearest totem's life before you. This is really good for defensive times. Now again, your totem could go down and then your Ancestral Spirit might die in the process, but at least you won't die, right? Number 6, Renly's Training. Gain 40% base chance to block from equipped shield instead of the shield's value. Essentially, it's going to ignore any of the block chance from the shield and just give you 40% base chance to block. Number 7, Turtle Charm. 35% less block chance, but can block damage from all hits while shield is not raised. Now, while taking 35% less block chance isn't great, being able to block damage from all hits and definitely focus on the part of all hits while the shield isn't raised is a really good thing. Number 8, Warcaller's Bellow. Corpses in your presence explode when you Warcry, dealing 25% of their life as physical damage. I could see this being something crazy with these exploder builds. Also just another form of damage going out. It will be very interesting to see how that scales with passives with the physical damage. And remember, you want to do as much damage as possible. Number 9, Great Wolf's Howl. Ignore Warcry cooldowns. That makes Warcaller's Bellow even more effective, and it also works very well with your other Warcries. The Warbringer is definitely going to be interesting. I'm very interested to see the builds with the Ancestral Call, also the passives with the Warcaller's Bellow. Does the Warbringer seem interesting to y'all? Is this something that you guys are thinking about playing? Leave a comment below and let me know. I hope this broke down everything that you needed, especially from a beginner's point of view, and I appreciate y'all watching. Catch y'all on the next video.